Girl, and today I'm here to react to your assumptions about me. I've asked you to send me some on Twitter, Instagram and Curious Cat, and I've got a lot of interesting messages. I guess there are a lot of silent lurkers on my channel that don't comment much but are very interested in my life. We're going to clear a few things up today and hopefully have fun. I wanted to group them, but I just got lazy. So we're just going to start with Instagram. The first message came from a friend actually, and she said, I assume you're cool AF, but take a while to be friends with people, and that's okay because people are trash. I guess that's true because I don't have a lot of true friends. I do have some acquaintances and work friends and just partners of my friends. It takes a while for people to break through the mask that I'm putting on because I am very friendly, I am very down to spend time with people, I do go out, I make jokes, and I will listen to you, but I will not tell you a lot of private things about myself. If I'm telling you private things about myself, it means that we're getting closer. The next few came from YouTube Community tab, and a lot of things are happening on YouTube Community tab, so you should check it out. You would study literature if you could. Well, I've studied directing in advertising, and we've had a few literature courses, I guess. And I enjoyed it. I love literature, I love symbolism, I love getting deep with literature, and I also loved my professor. She was amazing. She reminded me of Miranda from The Devil Wears Prada. So I kind of was crushing on her, I realize it now, and also I just really loved her teaching style. She was strict, but she was so smart and so motivating and so fantastic. I loved her so much. I didn't get a degree in it, and I don't think I want. I would go to a creative writing class with pleasure, but otherwise I think I can develop my interest in literature on my own without other people interfering with it. Goodreads is your main source for book recs. Yes. I do love Goodreads. I think it's very helpful. I think the catalog is fantastically done. I think that the recommendations and the lists are very helpful, and it is nice to have everything in one place. So I'm a huge Goodreads stan. I know that a lot of people don't like the app and don't like the website, but I do enjoy it very much. I don't read reviews on Goodreads. I don't care for reviews on Goodreads. I also get my recommendations from Book Riot and random book blogs. Sometimes I just type into Google what I want to read and lists appear. A lot of people are doing great work with recommendations on their blogs. I get much more messages through Curious Cat, which makes me think that you think I'm intimidating or unapproachable, which I don't really want you to think because that's not true. Sarah Waters is your queen. Yes, I love Sarah Waters so much. I can talk about her for hours. I think she's genius and talented. I love her book so much. She was the first queer author I've read, and she is a fantastic writer. I only wish to be on the same level. I love her. I genuinely do. She writes historical fiction with queer characters, my favorite genre. In case you didn't know, I'm also so weirdly proud of her for making it in mainstream literary circles, because she's a lesbian author and she writes very niche books, on paper at least, but a lot of straight people love her. It is not that we need validation from straight people. It's just nice to not be only gay famous sometimes. So I do admire her very much. She's one of my idols. Going with the literary theme, I've got this lovely one. It just said, "You hate CGM." CGM stands for Sarjimas, I suspect, because I cannot think of anyone else. I do not hate her personally, I don't know her at all, I'm not following her on Twitter, I'm not following her anywhere, I have not read any of her interviews, I don't know anything about her. She looks really nice and she is a very successful author, but I do think that her novels read very immature, and her success is in the same vein as Stephanie Meyer and what was her name? The one who wrote 50 Shades? I don't even know. Her novels exist, they make some people happy and I don't want to take that from them. I just don't think that she's very skilled. I don't think that she has a lot to offer in terms of plots or topics she talks about, or even in terms of characters. She's a very underwhelming author for me. You only ever want to write fantasy and queer stuff. I'm not sure if it was a call-out message or not. I'm not mad at it at all, because I do love fantasy and I do love queer stuff. But no, I don't want to only write fantasy in my entire life. I do like other genres. I love a good crime story. I love a good rom-com. I love an action-packed spy contemporary novel. I wouldn't be opposed to writing that, but I do love fantasy very much, and I think that 80% of what I write is fantasy. So I guess it's a valid assumption about me that I only want to write fantasy. You are not wrong with the queer stuff though. I am extremely disinterested in writing about straight people, and I think that a lot of other people are writing about straight people, so why would you want me to? I recently thought about what type of a writer I am and what would I want my career to be if I will ever break into it, and I came to the conclusion that I just want to write wish fulfillments till the end of my days. When I was younger, I didn't see myself in all the types of plots that I wanted to see myself in. I just always wanted to get a gay Indiana Jones, a gay 10 Things I Hate About You, a gay Devil Wears Prada, Dirty Dancing, and I realized that there is only one way to get it, which is to write it myself. So I do explore a lot of topics and themes and plots that I always wanted to be a part of, to connect with. I was a huge fan of Charmed when I was little. I even had a binder that I pretended was their book. I even scribbled the sign from their book on it. I was such a nerd. I also loved Sabrina the Little Witch, I loved Harry Potter, I loved everything that had to do with witches. I was very attracted to this topic, and many years later it manifested in a book. I always loved Xena the Warrior Princess, I loved Warrior Woman, I love this kind of thing. And I started another project which is about a group of Valkyries that are mostly queer. I'm very excited about fairy tale retellings, I'm excited about mythical creatures, I'm excited about certain genres that I think need more queer representation. I'm excited to write a queer urban fantasy novel, and I also want to write something in contemporary genre. That's the type of writer I want to be. I want to fulfill all my childhood fantasies, which is not bad. I don't think it's bad. I think it's actually fantastic, because you should write things that you care about. You don't like classics. I actually do like classics. I've read a lot of them when I was in school and university, just because my father has a family library and he only collects classics. I don't mind classic books, I just don't read them as often right now because I am not very excited by them. There are a lot of other books that I want to read. Tipping the Velvet is your favorite book. You know me so well, it is my favorite book. A lot of other people love Fingersmith, but Tipping the Velvet is my fave. It will always be my fave, because I connected to it the most. This is ironic because I do own all the other Sarah Waters books, but not Tipping the Velvet. I don't even know how that happened. You hate writing. I do not hate writing as much as I complain about it. There are a lot of elements about writing that are hard and that I do not enjoy, but there are a lot of other elements about writing that I do genuinely love very much. I don't like writing first drafts. I think it's the hardest part for me because I constantly wanted to be perfect, I wanted to make sense. That's how my brain works. I want everything to make sense, I want everything to click. So I'm much better with the second draft when I'm supposed to develop continuity and foreshadowing and figure out what the story is going to be about, essentially. I've been always a person that loves to solve issues, so the developmental stuff is very interesting for me. Cats are better than dogs. I agree because I do love cats very much and I would never own a dog on my own accord at least, because I don't like waking up early, I don't like nature very much, and I won't walk with this dog like at all. I don't want to. I think that some dogs are very cute. I love a corgi, I love a French bulldog, but I'm not invested enough in keeping someone alive. Cats are much more independent. Your book is super queer. Yes, all the books that I'm writing are super queer. This one, I will genuinely tell you, shocked me a little bit. You date older women. I mean, have you seen Cate Blanchett? Have you seen Charlize Theron? Have you seen Lucy Liu? They're all much older than me and very attractive and very successful and wear a suit very well, which are all part of a charm. I think dating an older woman is a part of a fantasy and will never manifest in real life. And it's also very prevalent in queer women circles because we do admire a successful older women, because on one hand we want to be as successful as them, and on the other hand we want our partners to grow into that type of woman. It's an interesting contrast to straight cis men, who in general prefer women that are younger, have less agency, are less successful than them, and that is shit and bollocks. Personally, I wouldn't want to date someone that is much older. My cat is 30 and I'm currently 26. My parents have 9 years of difference and it shows. And I don't think that it always shows in a positive way. I want to grow up with my partner emotionally and professionally and physically too. You don't like YouTube anymore? Well, I don't love it. I genuinely don't. I think that in 6 months this channel might be deleted or I'm not going to post anything anymore. I think that I have other priorities at the moment and I want to write more than I want to film. I also don't think that my content generates the amount of interest for me to be justified to continue to do this. I have other things that might become my career, and that's kind of more important. Carol Danvers is a new lady crush. Yes, Carol Danvers is everything. I'm still not over Captain Marvel. I've seen it a few weeks ago. I loved it so much, so much. Carol Danvers is a lesbian. She's a lesbian. Carol and Marie were gay. They were gay for each other. They were together. You cannot say to me otherwise, because I will call queer police on you. I will. Carol also is so hot. She's hot. I'm not really into blondes, but Brie Larson is so attractive. And also she has this energy about her, this badass energy that I'm weak for. She's great. You would die for Cate Blanchett. I would. Listen, we already talked about older women. I do love Cate Blanchett. Have you seen her in Ocean 8? Dreamboat. But maybe in 10 years, I think it's going to be more appropriate. I love her though. I love her very much. You plan to self-publish your book. I've talked a lot about this. I do not oppose to self-publishing, but recently I decided that I want to go the traditional route and I want to find an agent. I will try to do that. I will try to do the hard way and we'll see what's going to happen. I do think that I have a lot of disadvantages when it comes to publishing, because of where I live and because English is my second language. So we'll see about that. If I'm not going to succeed with traditional route, I will look into self-publishing. You'd get another cat if you weren't living with your parents. No, I actually wouldn't have a cat if I wasn't living with my parents, because I don't think that a cat would be satisfied with me going to work every single day. And I'm not willing to have 2 cats. That's too much work. The next message just says single. And I don't know if I have to be offended by that. Do you think I'm undateable? I am single though. I've been single for 3 years now. And I'm dating. I'm Tindering. Unsuccessfully, but I do. I'm okay cupiding. I talk to girls, I go to dates. They were unsuccessful so far, but we'll see. You don't want to get married. This one is hard. I don't think I can get married in this country. And I'm not sure I ever will be. Maybe when I'm 80. I don't oppose to marriage. I don't think it's bad. I think that a good marriage can uplift you, and being a team is not bad. But I want to do it with the right person, and I would be willing to do it. I don't want to be married right now. That's what I know. But I don't mind it. You're not out at work or to all your friends. I'm not out at work, and I'm not going to be if I have a say in it, because I want to get a raise eventually, and I want to keep my relationships stable at work. I hate that it's a thing, but I also don't trust these people to take it well. I've done a dumb thing on one of my earlier jobs, and I've told 2 girls that I've been friends with, and they didn't react well. So that quickly became awkward, and I don't want it to happen again. I'm also out to all my close friends, and acquaintances don't need to have this type of information about me. You're a Leo. I am a Leo. You probably figured it out from my birthday, but people sometimes tell me that I just look like a Leo, and they assume that I'm a Leo. You love to travel. I do love to travel. Traveling is one of the things that I will splurge money on. I don't spend a lot of money on clothing or food. I just love traveling, and it's something that I'm willing to spend my money on, so I'm saving up for travel all the time. And the last one is you're not a morning person. I'm so not a morning person. I don't like waking up early. If you will let me snooze, I will snooze till 1 p.m. I just woke up at 1 p.m. today. And I also don't like it about myself, because I've noticed that when I wake up earlier, I do more things in a day and I'm more productive. So that's something I have to revisit and maybe correct about myself. That's most of the assumptions that you've sent about me. I don't want to reply to some of this, so I ignore them. They were quite inappropriate. In the comment section, tell me if we're similar in some ways or we're not similar at all, and leave me assumptions if you want me to reply to them. Thank you for watching this video. I hope to see you soon in my next one. Bye!